This is ibsportstv.com. I'm BJ Griffin. Make your UFC 135 picks on ibsportstv.com, and I will announce the leaders after the fight. Let's get into these predictions. First things first, if you want to skip straight to the main event or the co-main event, wherever you might want to go, use the time cues. Now let's get into this showdown. Rampage Jackson versus John Jones. This should be a very exciting main event. We're not going to start there. We're going to start with Mark Hunt versus Ben Rothwell. Now, whenever I think of Ben Rothwell, and this is no disrespect to Ben Rothwell, whenever I think of him, I always think of the beatdown he took against Cain Velasquez. Because when I think of Cain Velasquez, I always see that as one of Cain's highlight moments. And it was really a learning experience for Ben Rothwell. And after that fight, he just, I think he came out a little more focused. But Ben Rothwell in the next fight, he actually won the next fight against Gilbert Yvel via unanimous decision, but in the second round he was just taking some shots from Gilbert Yvel. Like it was looking very, very bad, and I think a lot of refs would have stopped that fight in the second round if it were any other ref. But Ben Rothwell, this is a good matchup for him. Him fighting Mark Hunt. It's a good matchup for him because Mark Hunt has no ground game and has very poor takedown defense. And if Ben Rothwell comes in with a good game plan being, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to take him down, and I'm going to make him carry my weight for 3 rounds, or I'm going to submit him. If he comes in with a game plan like that, Ben Rothwell should be able to easily win this fight. Now, if he tries to stand up with Mark Hunt, K1 kickboxer, heavy hands, good combinations. If he tries to stand up with Mark Hunt, I don't see it ending very well for Ben Rothwell, especially considering the situations he's been in the past 2 fights where he has taken some severe punches to the cranium. So I'm actually going to take Ben Rothwell to win this fight via first round submission. I think he comes in with a good game plan. He doesn't try to stand up with Mark Hunt. Although, let me not knock Ben Rothwell's stand up. His stand up is solid, but I don't think he comes and tries to do it. I think he comes in with a good game plan to take him down and try to submit him. I think he does do it, and I think he does it early. Ben Rothwell, first round submission. Next fight, Takanori Gomi versus Nate Diaz. Should be a good fight, but a very hard fight to pick because Nate Diaz has not been very consistent. The last we saw Nate Diaz, he was getting tossed around by Roy McDonald, and Takanori Gomi has very solid stand-up. Nate Diaz has decent stand-up, but his stand-up isn't quite on the same level as his brothers. But what he does have is some good jiu-jitsu, and Takanori Gomi is submittable. He's a submittable guy. If you have great jiu-jitsu, you can go in, you can get Takanori Gomi to the ground, and you can submit him. Problem is, Takanori Gomi might be kind of hard for Nate Diaz to get to the ground. And Nate Diaz, he'll like to come in there and strike with you sometimes. And Takanori Gomi, he has some heavy hands. One of his highlight moments in the UFC particularly is when he knocked out Tyson Griffin, who's a very solid fighter. Takanori Gomi, great counter right hook, comes in with that low stance. It's a tough fight to pick because it really just depends on where it goes. But I'm actually going to take Nate Diaz. I'm going to take Nate Diaz to win this fight via unanimous decision. Next fight, Travis Browne versus Rob Broughton. Rob Broughton, big, strong, heavy hands. Travis Browne, undefeated in the UFC. Great combinations with his fist and his feet. Great striking combinations. Strong in the clinch, could possibly come in here and try to muscle Rob Broughton a little bit, although Rob Broughton is a very, very large fella. I'm going to take Travis Browne to win this fight, first round KO. Next fight, co-main event, Matt Hughes versus Josh Koscheck. Now, if this were Matt Hughes of the past, I would probably go with Matt Hughes because Matt Hughes of the past was a beast. But old man Matt Hughes, don't know about that. His last fight was a loss to BJ Penn where he was knocked out and BJ Penn tried to dart out the ring in celebration. Josh Koscheck's last fight was a loss to GSP, which I think was a great learning experience for him. I think he's going to come in with a little more polished stand-up and just better all around, a little more determination. I really think that could have possibly lit a fire under Josh Koscheck. I see Josh Koscheck coming in here being able to control the fight wherever it goes with his wrestling. He should come in here with a very distinctive stand-up advantage. I'm going to take Josh Koscheck to win this fight against Matt Hughes via unanimous decision. Main event, big showdown. Jon Jones versus Rampage Jackson. A lot of hype going into this event, and it should really just be a whole lot more leading up to it with the weigh-ins and everything else that's left right before the event. Now, with that being said, I don't know where Rampage Jackson is necessarily going to win this fight. I know where, I just don't know if that's actually going to come to reality, if that's actually going to happen. Of course, you know, what everybody's saying, it's no question Rampage Jackson is going to have to use his heavy hands and tap Jon Jones on that chin and put him to sleep if he is to win this fight. Now, I really think if he's gonna win this fight, he's gonna have to try to muscle Jon Jones a little bit, maybe press him against the cage, get in some rib shots, maybe some uppercuts, you know, really try and get in close. And when he tries to stand up with Jon Jones, he's really gonna have to get in and get out, because Jon Jones's reach is crazy. He's gonna hit you from all the way across the ring with elbows and fists and legs and all kinds of things. He's got a lot of them, a lot of legs, a lot of fists, a lot of Jon Jones has got a lot of everything. So Jon Jones, he's just so big, so strong, a freakish athlete. I see Jon Jones winning this fight via second round TKO. He could stand up and knock out Rampage Jackson. He could put Rampage Jackson on the ground and knock him out. I see Jon Jones winning this fight. As much as I don't want Jon Jones to win this fight, I used to like Jon Jones, but after the Shogun thing, he really just, I know a lot of folks are saying it, but he's really just gotten cocky, like over the top cocky. I used to like to watch his interviews, and now I don't like to hear him talk. I really hope Rampage goes in here and knocks this guy out. I just don't think it's gonna happen. And for the sake of my win percentage on ibsportstv.com, I can't pick Rampage. I gotta go with Jon Jones. What are your picks for UFC 135? Make sure to make your picks on ibsportstv.com, and I will announce the leaders after the fight. This is ibsportstv.com. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Make sure to subscribe. I'm BJ Griffin. I'll see you next time.